8 months ago, we discussed the rumor that a new Ghost Recon mainline game is in development, internally titled Codename Over, and at the time, it was rumored to be released during the 2023 fiscal year. This means that if the leaks are true and the development has been going smoothly, we should be hearing about a new Ghost Recon title in the next few months. Now keep in mind, this was on the heels of the final update for Ghost Recon Breakpoint, titled Operation Motherland, which brought a lot of great quality of life improvements to the game after its rocky launch in 2019. But the question I have is, what does a new Ghost Recon game look like in 2023? My name is BigFry, and let's talk Ghost Recon. The Ghost Recon franchise has had its ups and downs for me, from the glory days of 2001 to the initial reveal of Ghost Recon Frontlines a couple of years ago, the now cancelled Battle Royale that nobody asked for, to the days of Advanced Warfighter. I've been around for it all, and the last few years I've watched this franchise change in ways that I didn't respect, while bringing a newfound player base into the fold who had never experienced the games that I did growing up. It's an interesting thing to watch happen to your favorite games. They switch things up and try and bring a fresh perspective to the new generation, and sometimes it works out great. Take the reboot of God of War, for example. When Kratos first reappeared on stage at E3, gamers new and old cheered. They lost their minds because a monumental shift happened that made the game fresh and new while still paying homage and respect to the games of old. And you can compare that to Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and yeah, you can see why I'm a little concerned. And like I've spoken in the past, this isn't just a Ghost Recon issue, this is a core Ubisoft issue, but I don't want to harp on Ubisoft's fall from grace on this industry because I've done that enough already. Let's talk about what I'd like to see happen with the Ghost Recon franchise that I actually think is realistic. I think at this point we aren't going back to linear storylines like we saw with Advanced Warfighter and Future Soldier, and I wish we would, but I know we're not. Gone are the days of guided linear missions where you choose your loadouts and you play within the confines that the developers set for you within your missions. We're open world now, meaning the whole play like you want, be who you want to be mentality is here to stay. This inherently isn't a bad thing until you realize that the storylines that are happening within these games are less than stellar. When you can choose your character's look, their voice, their type, and their gender, I find that the storylines tend to take a back seat to that play like you want style. Games like Cyberpunk can pull this off pretty well, but I find with Ubisoft, they're seemingly moving away from really solid writing and storylines to better fit that sandbox style of play so that they can appeal to as many people as possible. And to me, that just sucks. I'll always be a fan of games like Gears of War because of how connected and invested you are to the characters and the story going on. When Dom's wife dies and Marcus is there watching his friend cry and go through this shit, you felt like you were there too. It's almost like watching a movie. You're invested and you're connected to these characters. Moments like this it's heartbreaking and gut-wrenching, and Ubisoft hasn't made me feel that way in a long time. What I'd really like to see is a real story-focused approach to the game that makes me care for the characters and their actions. Make me want to care about who I'm playing as on a deeper level other than, hey, my character has a mustache that looks like mine. It's shallow and directly contradicts the Tom Clancy name. He's an author, for Christ's sake, an author who has brought so many classic characters to life. Sam Fisher, Jack Ryan, Anna Grimsdottir. When Call of Duty has a better cast of characters and a better military-focused campaign than a Tom Clancy title, we have a problem. Moving to the other side of the spectrum, however, I want to see a more in-depth PvP multiplayer. Ghost War is cool, but fails to deliver on so many potential experiences that it's rendered pretty much pointless. Give me better modes than elimination and whatever circle closing thing you did in Breakpoint, and give us more player slots. 4v4 just isn't it. Especially if you want to keep maps the size that you have been doing in Wildlands and Breakpoint, give us 6v6 so we can play with more players and actually utilize different strategies like, 2 teams of 3 covering different areas, or 3 teams with duos covering 3 different angles. Combine that with the one thing I feel is missing is an actual operation style experience. Give us more modes that make us do something other than kill opponents in a team deathmatch style game. Just get more creative with the teams that you have. You can do some really incredible things if you just start thinking outside of the box. The RPG skill tree system in Breakpoint is one that I know we're not going to get away from, but I really wish we could. It's an arbitrary system that does nothing to the overall gameplay, but adds another menu that players can sit in for a while to pad their game time. It's boring, it's convoluted, and it's done to death at this point in other Ubisoft titles. Other gameplay features I'd love to see, if you're going to be sticking with this open world kind of semi-RPG format, is a real backpack system that makes sense. Gear weight and different sizes of backpacks and gear that actually change the amount of things that you can carry, and then the more you have, the slower you are. The stealth mechanics you introduced in Breakpoint were cool, covering yourself with mud to hide from the drones, albeit a little bit gimmicky. On top of the piss poor AI awareness, it made stealthing into missions really, really difficult for all of the wrong reasons. Give us the ability to hide bodies, rappel up and down buildings, pick locks to open doors, and for the love of all things holy, get rid of the drones. You gave us the option to remove like 99% of them in Breakpoint, and that tells me that you guys know as a dev team that we hate them. Give us things like underwater gameplay, Navy SEAL coming up out of the river shit. Basically, take a look at what Modern Warfare has been bringing us in 2019 and now Modern Warfare 2, and do it in a Ghost Recon style way, because they're doing it better than you guys have been. I feel like Ubisoft has a lot of potential here due to the fact that I feel the pendulum is swinging away from that over-the-top, crazy, funky, cartoony style that has plagued the 2010s, and the gaming market is ready for more tactical experiences in the AAA space. These are just some of the changes and additions that I would like to see in the next Ghost Recon game, but the question is what do you want to see? Let me know down below in the comments, and while you're there, leave a like on the video and subscribe for more tactical content and discussion. At the time of recording this video, I'm at 299,000 subscribers. I'm so close to 300K. Let's go into 2023 with a bang, and if you're interested in another upcoming shooter, check out my game Transients that is currently in development. Wishlisted on Steam to support my dev team's endeavors. My name is Big Fry, and I'll see you on the next one.